Cops look to be a returning focus theme with 2019 due to a frustration caused by having good cops locked to rails, easy cops that didn't even try, and cops that just tried too blooming hard. That's always been a focal point of the series. It seems like cops took a seat in the back for the past few games. I mean, 2 mainly. Customization has been at the forefront of the past 2 games, and rightfully so. That wasn't the case for a little while, but now I think we're at a pretty good stage with the customization as to where I think I'm finally able to let them accept cops as being another pillar and possibly one of the main focuses. If there is a great second pillar for Need for Speed, cops, right? Underground street racing, illegal racing, cops. It's always been a really fantastic way to let off some steam, and honestly, it is the natural rival for street racers. That's what they go up against. We've got other racers, obviously, which are probably the main rivals, but in terms of cops, they're the ones that are always chasing us. So come on. Big shout out to Dr. Racer for suggesting this topic. I did touch upon cops before in the past about gameplay and whatnot, but I wanted to make a deep dive video talking about cops specifically to get your opinions on the cops and such in the comments as per usual. Get some feedback for it. Of course, this video is only one part of the puzzle because realistically, I'm just initiating the conversation. I'm laying down what I want to see. I want to see you guys approve or disapprove. Come head on with me. Let me know if I'm wrong in this area, if I'm right in this area, and also give your suggestions of your own in the comment section below. Remember to thumb up Dave's comment, you know, let him know that you agree. But without further ado, let's get right into it. What do I want to see from the police in Need for Speed 2019? Free roam cops. There was a huge complaint with the last game, Need for Speed Payback. It had proper issues in the fact that obviously the cops were better. They were much better than they were in 2015, but they were locked behind on the rail almost, like Scaleelectric, or the equivalent in other markets. Essentially, you could only initiate a police chase in a mission. Once you finish that mission, it was over. In fact, before you finished the mission, you would get to a certain point and they would drop back and disappear, and it was really, really obviously done pretty badly, and I just want to see an improvement on that because 2015 had free roam cops. They, in fact, it was the first time that it worked really, really well in the free roam, except for the fact that they weren't very good. They were available in 2015 in terms of free roam, but unfortunately they just weren't that great. They did not even try and keep up with you. Smarter cops. They worked together in Payback much better than they did in any other game for a while, which is great to see. Cops always work together and doing maneuvers and whatnot and having the conversations in your ears. It was just really, really good. But the problem was, obviously, you can't really experience that properly unless it's in the free roam. You were limited to what type of car you could use. And if you weren't limited to that, you were limited to get into an objective, and they would fall behind, and that would be it. I want a pursuit that can go on forever, and then I have to lose them. The achievement of losing them opposed to getting to a destination and falling back is so much better. Back in Most Wanted 2005, we had cops that would literally box around you and try and stop you. It was fantastic. You got some proper back and forth with the lads being the cops in this case. Essentially, cops are going to have to be more tactical in free roam. They're going to have to predict where you're going. And for example, say I'm taking a left turn very sharply. In most games, cops would follow. But why not have one or two of them carry on going that way? Because I might eventually turn back right again. Just kind of make it pre-predict, make it seem even as if the cop, if it goes off my minimap, I don't care if it disappears, to be completely honest with you. If it's around a corner and I can't see it, despawn it for all I care, and then respawn it on another junction as if when I've come back round. Make it so that the game is smart enough to know to do that. Multiplayer cops. Of all Need for Speeds, 2015 is the only game that's actually allowed us to be chased together with friends. I think I remember asking Most Wanted 2012 if you could actually be chased online and stuff, and they told me, we're not doing that right now. You know, the generic PR response. Cheers, mate. 2015 is the first and only game where you can run away from the cops with friends, unless we're talking real player cops. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about AI police. I want to be chased with my friends based on who has had the longest pursuit. That person gets chased the most by more cops, but being chased together with friends is so much fun because you can pack together, you can defend each other. It just is so invigorating. I love it so much. On GTA, for example, it is a ton of fun. And Need for Speed being the racing game with cops and customization stuff should surely be pretty darn good in terms of police chasing multiple players. And again, if I'm doing it with friends, I'm more likely to stick with my friends or hang around my friends. So you can always easily bring the amount of cops in the same place. Cop tiers. Make it more defined. In Payback, sure, there was different cops, but they didn't really do much different between each other. We had the Chargers, I believe it was, that had the EMP almost effect kind of thing. The kill switch, I think it was called. More of that. I want to see more of that in the fact of realism. For example, the Crown Victorias are the patrol cars that drive around. Those are the ones you will probably see. But what I want to see is those cops drop spike strips later on, when you've had the Chargers come after you, which are stronger, they're heavier, they're more aggressive, and they will try more to ram you because that's what the ram bars on the front of their vehicles. And then the Vipers are faster, and they will do a better job at keeping up with you. If you get to that point, it'll be harder to get away because they're Vipers. They're quick. And then beyond that, Helicopter should get called every now and again. I want different heat levels progressing up to 10, like they used to back in the day. And if you have to fill it with black cars every other level of pursuit, I don't mind. I personally thought that was pretty darn cool back in the day. But realistically, I just want more levels, more defined levels, and say when you get to the end, all of those things combined come together with the rhinos and all, and you just have a blooming ball. Impound strikes. Let us lose our cars. You have no idea how amazing it feels to get away with a pursuit when you have something on the line. I'm fed up of the game. Even if I get caught by the police in 2015, it takes money from me. If more money gets taken than I actually have, the game pays it for me. It was just so... Really? Why? It's so simple. I'm not afraid to lose anything, so I'll just do more police chases. I want police chases later on to scare me. I want something on the line. You get impound strikes. 3 strikes, your car is gone. Impound run. Combating to this other thing, I would like to see a special type of event in where, for example, you can drive up to the police station, press a button, and you can either pay to get your car back, a high amount of money, more than the value of that car, because if it's special to you, you've put the mods in, it's better than buying another stock one and doing it again. Or you can then press a different button to break in. You have a second key for your car, blip, jump the fence, get in the car, drive off, GTA style, like when it first launched. That was a thing. You stole your car back, you got police heat on you. Pretty aggressive, medium level heat thereafter to get that car back. You can then drive away. If you get away with it, you keep the car. That would be super, super fun. In fact, adding on top of that amazing idea that I just had, I think it would also be cool to swap out random cars there. Kind of like the abandoned vehicles thing. And then every now and again, there will be a pretty cool car in there that you can jump in and get and escape with. And it might be a new car, or it might be something that's already in the game, but a differently modified version, an already fully upgraded version. Something like that would be super, super sweet. Heat levels. Heats should stick to the cars. If I have a police chase vehicle, I will keep it on a high heat. I want to do that. Let me do that. So I can jump into a pursuit and instantly they're, boom, right on my tail, full E locked. E isn't a different word, but you get what I mean. And then when I want to get rid of them, I can do something. I can go to a guy. I can pay a guy. I can do something like that. I can phone up something on the phone. Be like, yo, clear my heat, and it goes. I can pay a sum of money, or I can just paint the car, and that lowers the heat level just like it did in the old games. I can always change it back again, which will lower it even more. Pursuit breakers. Forever something I'm going to keep requesting until the day I die is pursuit breakers, because they're an off switch. They're a good way to get rid of the police. I can hide in an alleyway. Gone. Easy. Make use of the destructibility of Frostbite, even though Battlefield doesn't even do that anymore. Destructibility just seems to have disappeared. But dynamic fields of play, it's just do it. It would be so much fun. Like scaffolding that falls. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. They even have to show me on camera these things happening. I can smash into them and the stuff can collapse and the cops hit them. That's it. That's it. Responding to calls. In this, I mean reckless driving. Have a blippy thing that you can buy. Sort of the radar blips when there's a cop coming in that direction. It would just be super, super cool. And later on, we'll tell you in the direction where the police car is coming from. And then you can leave, or you can get to an event, or get whatever you're doing. And it only happens, say, beginning of nighttime to early morning in the cycle. Just kind of play with things like that. or the areas, high heat areas that essentially will have police patrol in that area because something has just happened in that area from some street racers that are there, but they're not actually there, if that makes any sense. So there's a lot of things you can do with the cops, and I just feel like they hardly scrape the surface of this, and it's just very surprising to me considering the fact that cops, to me, and I think to you, are such a fundamental feature. It is very bizarre how the cops were just stripped away from Payback, and I think the reason that they did that is just number crunching. If they look into the stats of what people did in Need for Speed 2015, no one touched the cops, and the reason why is not because we don't want to do that, it's because they were rubbish. There was no reason to be in a pursuit for that long, and the only way I had a proper difficult pursuit against the police was when I made a video and I popped my damn tires. I popped my tires and they still couldn't really keep up with me. There is something wrong with that. And that's another thing. Please don't have the auto reinflates. Oh my, stop. Please, I want to have my tires pop and I be in danger. That's what I want. I want that. Please. Please. As I said, I want to hear from you guys on how you would improve the police, how you would change the police, how you would make it different. What would you do? And again, they haven't ever mastered police. Most Wanted 2005 was the best that they have gotten, and that was way too long ago. Since then, I have not experienced good police on any game. I think GTA 5 is acceptable because, again, it's not a forefrontal focus of that game. Sure, it's Grand Theft Auto, they need to have it, and so they have it. They don't have the best. For example, they can just spawn randomly, and it's really frustrating when you're trying to get away. But you can do smarter systems than this. That's not the priority of that series anymore. Sure, it's a thing, but it does the job better than Need for Speed does. If you want the police after you, they will come after you, and they will go after you hard until you die. But it's still possible to lose them. I still have fun with the police. On Need for Speed for the past while, I mean, Payback I had fun as well, don't get me wrong, but there was no risk. Risk and reward, as per. Give me something to lose. My car. My best possession of that moment. I think it goes back to that of stop treating us like idiots and realize that we can defend ourselves. We're okay with losing things as long as we can get them back in some way or another. Instead of maybe this whole cop idea, if you really don't like that idea, Ghost, which I think is a freaking fantastic idea, let us buy them back through a menu by going through the auctioned off crap cars that people have gotten rid of. Just keep them on there so people can always go back to the cars and rebuy them for a little bit over the standard value. Or there's like a bidding. Also, don't do that because people think it's microtransaction. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's pretty much all I wanted to share with you. Police, Need for Speed 2019. Are you excited? I'm excited. You're in the right place. You already know. Be sure to smash like, subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you in the comments. Until next time, peace.